All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast for Thursday, March 30th. So today, a very important day, astrologically speaking. We have Jupiter squaring up to Pluto, two very outer planets, which suggest usually a collective significance. Now, this aspect has been going on since November 24th of last year, and it does signify a transformation of our belief systems, of our perspective. You have Jupiter, the planet of our beliefs, of everything possible in our life. And then you have Pluto, the planet of change, of transformation, of shedding away past belief systems and perspectives in order to see things in a new light. So we'll talk more about that in detail, but today we do have the moon in Aries, so it could be a bit of an active day. The moon going over Mars, maybe initiating things, maybe good confidence. Things like that can be strong. But of course, in the context of the fact that this still is a very dreamy time, very watery time with all these planets in Pisces, making it still very good for that receptive approach to life. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this in more detail. All right, so there's all the planets. We've got all that Pisces energy, very receptive time, as I've been talking about. But today, relative to that, there is this active side to things, and this is the moon going over Mars in Aries. So Mars has already been in Aries. This has been an excellent time for initiating things, getting things moving, maybe a bit of active energy. And I feel like today accentuating this, probably being very clear about who we are and what we want, and any steps we can take, any actions we can take to pursue those personal needs of ours, or that directness in our life, or that active energy can be very good here today. So the strongest thing we've got, and this is certainly a very important aspect, Jupiter squaring up to Pluto. We've got the second one here today. The first one was back on November 24th, and the next one will be August 4th. So with the middle aspects, what this essentially means is that there's now this new, and with Jupiter, perspective. We get some new insight, a new way of looking at things, and essentially what we want to do is between now and August is implement these changes. So it may not be necessarily today, maybe it was the past few days, maybe it's the next few days. It's this overall sort of week of transforming our beliefs and maybe making some changes to expand our life. Because again, Jupiter is all about expansion. It's all about seeing potentials, feeling the potentials, and in Virgo, this has been about working on the details to make them so. Now, mind you, Jupiter is retrograde, so all of this, again, we're still learning, we're still redoing, we're still rethinking these potentials. So if you think back to late November, if there was anything at that time that you felt like you did want to expand in your life, or you felt a bit inspired to expand, and maybe you've been rethinking this past, what has it been, about a month and a half as Jupiter's been retrograde. What are you rethinking, reconsidering about these possibilities? All of that makes this an excellent time to continue to, in this case today, see things in a new light, okay? And continue to work on things, continue to redo it, reconsider it, rethink it, but maybe with this new insight, actually start to implement some of this stuff. So between now and August, an excellent time to expand, to make those changes. With Pluto, it does require perhaps facing some fears to do that, right? Shedding some fears. Accepting is really the name of the game with Pluto. It's through acceptance, accepting all aspects of what might be, could be, what the mind conjures up, really is coming from a place of fear. That acceptance can free us up, to make the changes that we do want to see. So a very powerful aspect, great for taking steps if you are guided to, if you do gain some insight, and or just feeling a bit inspired because you're starting to see things in a new light. All right, so along with that, on a minor note, the moon over Mars, as I said, a bit of that confident or motivating energy can be good for those things today. The moon is in good aspects, sextiling up to Neptune. It does suggest a bit of easygoingness about the day, perhaps. And then the second half, a trine up to the moon from Pluto, suggesting that it might actually be quite easy today to make some change. We might be feeling it, wanting to connect to life on a deeper level, and that very much supports this very important square we've got. All right, so that is the day in a nutshell. Generally, Jupiter square Pluto. Jupiter, our beliefs, Pluto, transformation. Jupiter's also inspiration, possibilities, potentials. Pluto's about making the change to cultivate them, and probably from seeing them in a new way. Still a very receptive time. Very important to be listening to intuition, maybe our dreams, automatic writing, meditation, prayer, all of the stuff that helps us connect to the more internal aspects of life is very important still at the moment. But today, maybe taking some steps, maybe getting a bit active, independent, direct can be a great way of working with it. All right, so I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you again, and I will see you all tomorrow.